Are you struggling to find a balance between doing what you love and keeping space for the other things that really need your love too? Yeah, this is a tough one. So here's the deal. I have a lot going on, and I'm sure that you do too. I run a multi-six-figure marketing agency. I instruct online courses. I have speaking engagements and networking events to regularly attend. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 5, but really I'm a human being and not a human doing. A human being who has to feed herself and dress herself and shower semi-regularly and brush her teeth every day and then do it for lots of tiny humans too. And trust me when I say that I know what it feels like when even those small, everyday human responsibilities can start to feel like giant hurdles. And I won't lie and say that I figured this all out or how to make it all work. I'm still working on this all the time. So I'm sure you'll see another video at some point in the future with more details. But I have picked up a couple of tricks along the way to make this big, exciting life of mine my very own. I have things that I do and did early on to make me feel like I'm living the life of my dreams without compromising the other really important parts of me. The last thing I want to do in life is miss the main thing because I'm not able to properly prioritize my life. I want to thrive in it all, but I'm realizing now that it takes work. And I want the same for you. So let's jump in. My first tip is to know your physical limitations and honor them. So let's let the cat out of the bag. Let's call out the giant elephant in the room. Let's get the gorilla off our back. Whatever analogy you need to fully accept this truth, we are all human and we are limited in time and space and ability. But here's the problem with this. This conflicts with our culture's current narrative to turn us into well-oiled machines for work and for profit. In many ways, hustle culture has brought a toxic way of thinking into the world that forces us to act like we're not even human. We try to outwork everyone else at any cost, even our health. We stay so focused on growth and money that we'll do just about anything to keep the momentum, even if we are feeling internally exhausted and empty. We will abandon the other areas of life where we are called to show up for others, all in the name of work. I know this because this actually used to be me. I found myself wondering why home wasn't a thriving, peaceful place, or why my body constantly felt like it was going to give out. I realized that I was completely drained and had lost sight of my actual purpose in life. I'm multifaceted. I'm a mom, I'm a wife too. My home depends on me to thrive. The same is true for you too. You need to acknowledge what other areas of your life need you to show up. Here's how I see it. A full wallet and an empty heart are no way to live. What this looks like for me is knowing that I need sleep to thrive. I also need nourishment so that my body can produce good work and ideas. I need rest and time away to spend with my family and to pray, to receive clarity and to ideate. I need time for joy and to laugh until my stomach hurts. I need time to get sunshine and exercise and to move my body. These are all parts of the human experience that, in my opinion, no amount of money can buy. It's taken me years to learn this, but now my awareness of limitations has actually turned into a superpower instead. I know what I physically, mentally, and spiritually need to have a thriving, productive, knock it out of the park kind of day. Your rhythms will be different, but learn them and honor them, like right now. If the idea of physically taking care of yourself while also excelling in your career is something that resonates with you, please help us this out and like this video. Comment below so I know I'm not the only one tired of this hustle culture language. My second tip is kind of controversial, but stay with me. Here it is. I don't have a work me and a home me. It's just all me. Now, I know there are a lot of different thoughts on this subject. I'm sure you hear it all the time too. Hey, don't mix personal and business. You don't want to do that. I'll never say that that's bad or wrong advice, but in my opinion, it's kind of an antiquated way to look at work and living. We are in a new era where people are now driven to make decisions for more reasons than just the almighty dollar. People make buying decisions based on the companies they like and the causes that they want to support. People are now choosing careers based on their values. So my thoughts are, we couldn't even completely separate business and personal, even if we wanted to. So I'm not going to waste my valuable brain space trying to do that. Here's why I personally decided to approach this as a collective identity. I'm a full-time parent, And I don't mean that I have so many kids and so many responsibilities related to raising a family that I could call it a full-time job, although I probably could and it would be completely valid. But owning a business is very much like having another child. You have to pour copious amounts of time, energy, and resources into it in order to give it what it needs to thrive. And for me, that meant spending some of my real family time thinking about and working on my sixth kid, my business. And at first, I might have tried to keep it all separate, but I very quickly realized it was not only unrealistic for me to put in the amount of work I was putting in, but it was also absolutely draining. I couldn't seem to figure out how to put in equal amounts of energy into the work me as I did the home me, and it only left me feeling like I had failed at all of it, trying to give too much to one and not the other. And then it occurred to me, what is this for if not my family? Sharing my struggles and offering support, loving me, every part of me, the work me and the home me. And what am I working if it's not to sow seed for legacy for my family? I realized it was all connected. When I started sharing work with my husband instead of pushing him out of reach, I learned a couple of really valuable things. 2 heads really are better than 1. With his help, I was able to solve problems faster, which saved me precious time and energy and which made my business overall better. I felt like one me again, and with that came a feeling of freedom, rather than trying so desperately to keep it all so neatly divided, and the guilt that followed when I inevitably slipped up and let one identity leak into the other. But let me be clear, I'm fortunate in that my husband and I happen to have complementary business skills. I dream big, I reach out, I connect, that's my thing. And he really enjoys the more behind the scenes stuff. Planning, coordinating, reeling my crazy ideas in. So in that sense, I guess some of it is specific to my situation. But I'm sure for you, there is a family member in your life that's really good at something that maybe you aren't as skilled at, and that person could serve as support for you. Because when this system works, it really works. So like I've said, I'm still figuring a lot of this out myself. Please do bestow some of your wisdom in the comments. How do you stay in the driver's seat when life gets crazy? What does balance look like for you? Please let me know in the comments because, full transparency, I am a full work in progress. This next tip is the most practical of all, but it makes a massive difference, and here it is. Use your calendar like your life depends on it. Literally schedule everything. Not just the appointments and meetings that you have for business, but also the tasks that you need to complete, the text you need to send, and if you have to, even schedule the meals that you need to eat. And if that also means scheduling some free time for yourself, make sure to do it. There's only so much your brain can recall at any given moment. So allow your calendar to do some of the heavy lifting for you, and you won't forget things. You won't be constantly distracted or surprised by the nagging thought of, oh, I forgot like I needed to do this, or I feel like I'm forgetting something. It's an incredibly valuable tool, and as simple as it sounds, a lot of people don't use it, so make sure that you are using it. My final and most important tip is this: God's got your back. Even if we don't align in the same way faith-wise, please stick with me on this one. My faith has guided me through this entire process of starting, owning, and maintaining a business, and trusting that everything will fall into place has made all the difference in my head and in my heart. It's hard to only have faith in yourself all the time, or for me at least, when I fall short so often. For me, you see, it's a matter of leaning on something bigger and trusting that it will all work out in the end and that I'm actually where I'm supposed to be. You may not carry the same faith background or beliefs as I do, and that's totally okay. I just know, like I know, that the human condition causes us to want to quit when things get hard or challenging or painful. But when your eyes are on something bigger than you, you have a deep-rooted reason to continue that trumps any comfort or convenience. You are anchored and unswayed by the chaos of owning a business, and friend, that is something that I so want for you. I could go on and on about this topic, you guys, and I probably will make a part 2 to this at some point in the future, but these 4 things are truly the things that have helped me the most. I hope that in sharing them with you, I helped you to look at the bigger picture, think outside of the box, and use the tools at your disposal in new ways. For more tips and information on being a business owner and a human being, please make sure to subscribe to our channel. Until next time.